Sometimes when the world is so sunny and people are a bore, I go to my shaded corner, my shaded corner. A place with all my favorite toys and games and movies and more. I go to my shaded corner, my shaded corner.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 82.
82.
The Florida special.
Florida.
I only have a few notes, and we went like 6 years ago, so...
No, we didn't. We went like
you're in charge of this
4
one.
weeks ago. Am I? Okay.
And I just have little things to input. I did take notes while we were walking around the park.
Okay.
But some of them don't make sense.
Okay. I'm sure.
So, we had a week. We decided to drive down.
To Universal Studios Orlando.
Yes. That's all I got.
That's all you got? You want to start with the drive?
Yeah, well, I mean, start at the beginning.
Okay, so...
And at the end.
At the end. So we left Philly on a Sunday? Sunday? At like...
Yeah, no, what?
Because we got to Florida on Monday.
Yeah, we left Sunday at
4 a.m.
4 or... We started leaving at 5 a.m.
No, we didn't.
We did, because we stopped and got gas. We stopped and got some food. It was around 5 a.m.
Well, we left the house at like 4:30.
Yes, but we...
At best. Okay,
we
so...
left the house at 4:30.
Yes, and then we
got
went
supplies.
to Wawa. We went to get gas. We dropped off their leashes to my parents because we forgot to give it to them. And then we started driving. We didn't hit that much traffic on the way down.
We didn't hit any traffic.
Yeah,
somehow.
It was nice.
We drove for 13 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Got food and stayed at a
hotel
place for a few hours.
In Georgia.
Yeah. And then drove 3 more hours to get there.
We stopped at south of the border.
Yeah, which is...
very anticlimactic.
It's not that great. Like, maybe if you're young and it's your first time.
Yeah. I've been there before, and you said you have as well, right?
Years ago.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
got bigger.
Yeah,
it's got way
added
bigger
stuff.
I don't remember it being both sides of the highway. I remember it being 1 or 2 shops.
I remember like the one side of the highway, the one where we parked.
Right.
I don't remember the other side of the highway though. But it's very anticlimactic. There's nothing like, oh my God, I have to come here.
No.
There's a lot of souvenirs you can buy there though, because
that have nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, it's also. We laughed because every mile there's a billboard that says, you are this much closer.
You are 37 miles away. The next one. You are 37 miles away. The next one. You are 36 miles away from south of the border. The next one. You are 38 miles away from south of the border.
Yeah, it was some of them weren't in order.
They didn't make...
It was weird. Weird signs. Feels a little racist, too. Like, I'm like, I don't know if I'm comfortable with this.
Why?
Like, I feel like some of it is very, like, stereotyping, like, Mexican people.
Yeah, but it's owned by Mexicans.
Is it?
I have no idea.
You're making that. Yeah, I know. Like, I'm like, is it, though?
It's owned and operated by Mexicans.
I don't believe it is.
It is.
I don't believe it is. So, like, feels a little oddly racial. I don't know. It's just not worth the hype. It's just not worth any kind of hype. But... we did stop there. We also stopped at Giant Elephants.
Yeah.
A pink and a gray one.
I forget their names.
Yeah, they do have names. I don't remember their names either.
They're incorrect on Google.
Oh, are they incorrect on Google?
The shop owner commented like, "That's not their names. Their names are
something else.
Flatius and Thumpwort."
I don't think that's the right ones.
Flatius and Thumpwort.
I don't believe that's the right ones. Okay, so we saw that. We ate some really good barbecue.
Yes, we did.
Was that in Georgia or was that in South Carolina? Georgia. Yep. And then we drove the rest of the way to Universal. We stopped at Buc-ee's, which is like one of the best gas stations
when they're open.
When it's open.
We stopped at a closed one.
Yeah. It just makes me sad that the closest Buc-ee's is in like Georgia.
It was okay.
I liked it a lot. For anybody that has never been to a Buc-ee's has like all this like specialty sandwiches and like a giant ass soda fountain and a giant slushy thing, and it's like a 7-Eleven and a Wawa on steroids.
And a Walmart.
Because they sell a bunch of like shirts and everything.
A lot of Bucky material.
Yep. Lots of things with beavers.
Yep.
So that was good. We stopped at a hot spring before we got to...
Yeah, because we were still early.
And we were still early for check-in, which was really pretty. I like that. Never swam in a hot spring before.
With fishies.
Mm-hmm. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. And then Universal. Woo!
Yep.
We stayed at a resort in Universal, which I highly recommend. I think that staying anywhere but inside the park makes it a little more complicated.
Right, but we weren't in the park.
We weren't in the park, but we were at a park resort.
Right. It would have been better if we were in the park.
That's all right.
But
I
it
don't
still wasn't
need it.
bad.
No, because like there was always a shuttle. We got to the parks really easily with the shuttle that was provided, and
Yeah, we never really waited more than like 10 to 20 minutes.
10 minutes. I think 15 minutes tops is the most we waited.
To get back, we had to wait a little bit sometimes.
A little bit.
But no more than 20 minutes.
Yeah, no. And it was like, I think we chose the perfect time to go because the weather, we got really good weather up until like one day was really hot. That's
Right.
it. Every other day, it wasn't too humid.
No rain.
It didn't rain. It wasn't like ridiculously hot.
Right. Turns out I set off metal detectors when I don't have any metal on me.
Yeah. You set it off once and then you never set it off again. It was
No,
weird.
I set it off every morning.
Did you?
Every morning. The first day, I took this belt buckle off.
Yeah.
Then every other day, I didn't wear a belt. I don't think.
No,
I didn't wear, or I didn't wear a belt, or I took the belt buckle
You took
off.
off the belt
I think
buckle
I didn't
off.
wear a belt. And I still set off the metal detector.
I only remember you setting it off once or twice. I don't remember you setting it off every single morning.
Yep. Every morning.
Well, it was only in the morning.
Yeah.
When we went there at night, you didn't set them off, so I don't know.
I have no idea.
Maybe it's just like I said, they probably set it to like extra sensitive in the morning and then they turn it down through the
Okay.
day.
So what? It's just picking up bones now or something?
I don't know.
What? I ain't got
Do you
no
have
metal
any do you have
in
any
me.
metal in you? No?
No. Just my Prince Albert.
You don't have a Prince Albert, babe. But yeah, no. It was super fun. I found my true happy place in the world. Harry Potter world.
Okay. So do you want to talk? Well, let's talk about day by day.
Okay, so
we got there, we checked in, we had a nice view of the pool, so we could just look at people swimming. It wasn't creepy. And then we were like deciding whether or not, because we paid for three days of going there, but they gave us 2 free days with the package.
Yep.
So we could, because we were there 5 days, you can go the day we got there and the day we leave. So we didn't know how we were going to feel when we went there, but I was like, you know what, let's go the first night because we'll go to Harry Potter Land the next every day, and this time I just want to enjoy walking around. I'll wear my cowboy hat so I can take pictures with Mr. Fievel, and we'll go check out that stuff. So we did. We just went there and we visited a few places. Was that the night we got stuck in Mardi Gras?
that's
That
the night
was
we
terrible.
got. I like the Mardi Gras
Here's the
parade.
thing. We'll get to everything else, but Mardi Gras was fine. But the problem with it was we couldn't get out of where we were.
No.
So we waited a long time and we saw the whole thing, and then we decided we were going to just walk and try to get around it. However, we started walking when the parade had ended for us, but we didn't know that. So we had to watch the whole entire parade again, where if we would have just stayed where we were 2 more minutes, we could have just walked it through.
Yeah, we could have. It's fine. I don't mind. I didn't mind it at all.
I was annoyed.
You were very annoyed. I was not annoyed at all. We walked the perimeter. We got to see the parade floats closer up. I got to collect Mardi Gras beads. I was fine with it. We had a crepey.
Yeah, that kind of made us sick.
It was very rich.
Yeah.
But it was good. I liked it. And I liked it.
Well, good.
So the first night was like chill like that.
So we went to the park, and our main goal was just to go to Fievel's playground.
Playland.
Yeah, and then see like Woody Woodpecker.
Yep.
Because they were in the same area.
Mm-hmm. It's in classic cartoon land.
So we get there, and we're walking. We're almost there, and on the wall they have the poster, the theatrical posters of Fievel Goes West,
Beethoven,
all the Beethovens,
Casper. But
they should have a spot in there that is like Beethoven's Land, where you just play with Saint Bernard puppies.
I would adore that, but I could see that being a liability.
No, it's fine. So I'm taking pictures next to the posters, all that, and then we go to Fievel's Playland, and I took pictures with Fievel. I took pictures with Woody, all that stuff, and it was perfect. Mm-hmm. And then I was done. That was my trip. I didn't need to see anything else.
That was all you needed.
However, when we were leaving, we went to the gift shop that was right across from Fievel's Playland, and there were posters of Fievel. We go to the lady at the booth, and we ask her, "Hey, do you have any Fievel swag, Fievel merchandise?" And she looked at us as if she didn't know who Fievel was. So very politely, I said, "This is Fievel," and I pointed to my shirt. And then we were also surrounded by posters of Fievel, not to mention Fievel's Playground. She did not know who Fievel was. I feel like if you work in a park, you should know who these characters are. I feel like if you work right across from the place, you should know who these characters are. However, this is an ongoing theme through our visit.
Our whole visit, because we asked
no one knew who the fuck people were.
Multiple,
not just that.
Multiple like clerks.
We went to another shop that was right across from Little Nemo in Slumberland. Giant piece of artwork. Mm-hmm. They had no idea who that was.
Nope. That's a comic book thing, yeah. I bet
it's
nobody.
Not a comic book thing. It's
no. The land is like comic book land.
Comic, yeah.
And like, I bet you money that none of the store clerks know who any of the comic book characters.
Then don't have that shit on there. They're not. It was a comic strip, but they don't have those characters if you're not going to know who the fuck they are. Just saying.
Well, you can write to Universal and let them.
I will. I will gladly take that artwork and hang it up down here.
I know you would.
All right. So that was the first night. I don't think there was anything else.
No. We went to City Walk. City Walk was a giant disappointment to us.
It was a fucking joke.
It was crowded as So we went, and it was crowded as shit in Universal. Me and you left, and we're like, if we don't get COVID here, we're never getting COVID, because it was ridiculously crowded everywhere. Right. And City Walk, I don't know. Like, I feel like City Walk is meant to be like a more adulty part of Universal, but it just ends up being.
It's not. It's just got food.
It has food, but there's like a bar and there's like a dance club there that we didn't go to. And
no,
like
there are no dance clubs. They're all closed.
They're all closed.
They closed every single dance club permanently. Yeah, there was no dance club.
Yeah, City Walk is just overrated. I don't appreciate it at all. We didn't play mini golf. We did want to do that, but
we did, and we were too tired. We wanted to do it at night after we were done everything, but we just never had a chance.
But it's fine. So then we got back to the hotel. We went to the pool. It was nice. We just chilled.
Pool was nice. We only were there for like 45 minutes or something.
Yeah, because we went at night, but it was nice. It was nice outside.
Yeah, they had good alcohol.
Mm-hmm. They had good alcohol.
Pricey alcohol, but good alcohol.
Mm-hmm. So that was good. And then so the next day, we went to Harry Potter World.
Got up every day. We got up super fucking early.
We got up at 6.
So we could get to the thing.
Got to the
before it opens.
Early park passes if you stay at one of the Universal resorts. So we got in at 7.
Right. And we went to Harry Potter Land first.
Harry Potter World is split into 2 actual separate parks. There's Diagon Alley, which is in Universal Studios, and Hogsmeade, which is in Universal Islands of Adventure.
Right.
So we went to Universal Studios first.
Right. At this time in the morning, first thing, there's only 3 rides open.
Yeah. So they opened like part of Harry Potter World, they only open Harry Potter World and some roller coasters, like sputtered roller coasters.
So we decided while everyone's going to the rides, this first day we'll go to
Ollivanders, and I'm going to get a wand.
Right, because you wanted to go see you wanted the guy to
Pick
choose
me
you
for the show.
And yeah.
And he didn't. He picked a teenage girl that we were only with one other family.
Right. There was only 5 of us there.
One person younger than me.
Yep.
So I didn't get picked, which just ended up being better.
Right.
But so we went to Ollivanders. We watched the display with the teenage girl that got picked, and she was really happy.
And it was underwhelming.
And it was a little underwhelming. I still thought it was cool, but it was a little.
Okay, so for people who don't know us, you love Harry Potter. I don't like Harry Potter. So when I say things, I'm going to be saying things from the viewpoint of someone who doesn't like Harry Potter. Mm-hmm. So for me, it was underwhelming.
For me, it was cool because it was like the movie, like things moved on shelves and like all that stuff. And for anybody that doesn't know and has never been to Universal, all the wands most of the wands that they sell at Universal are all interactive. So they interact with different parts of the park. So once they stop with the show, you go actually into Ollivanders and everybody can buy a wand.
Right.
So we were looking at wands and I found a character wand that I liked, but then we talked to one of the sales guys. And the sales guy, if you say, what wand do you think works best for me? He asks you like
he asks you like 6 questions. He asked me 3.
He asked you 3. He asked me like 4 questions. And like after that, he like picked a wand for me and he's like, this wand is perfect for this kind of person. And like it shows that you're very kind and giving and stuff like that. So I got a wand.
And then we were just standing there and I was asking you, should I do this? And of course, before you could answer, he interjected, yes, you should. Because of course he's going to end up selling a wand.
Yeah, he wants to sell a wand. And I was like, yeah, do it. And then he gave you a matching wand to mine.
Right. Which, I mean, one thing or another, yeah, he could see that, like, it's a little bit of a shammery. But, like, he could see that we were together. Mm-hmm. And then, like, he could be like, give you a wand and then give me a wand that matches because there's only one set of wands that match.
But they match our personalities.
Right. But, like, in the doubter's mind, you could say it could be like that. But like if you just are in the moment, it's very cool. But the cool thing about it is it was the wand that I was looking at.
Yeah, exactly. I think he was a little. I think there's a little bit of like trickery and magic to it.
Of course, it's all magic.
Magic.
They're all wizards and wazards.
Oh, I forgot to mention that the minute we got into Diagon Alley, I almost cried.
Right.
Like legitimate tears.
So, again, I don't like Harry Potter. But walking into that place, so like there's a wall that you don't, like if you didn't know anything, you just walk right past it if you didn't see the floods of people walking through it. However, like, so you don't know what's in there. So when you walk in there, you get transported into a whole nother world with
Harry Potter
giant buildings, a fucking dragon. Mm-hmm. So it was very cool to walk into another world.
It's so immersive. It's such an immersive experience. And that was one of the best parts of it. It's like exactly what you said. Like you walk into Diagon Alley, it's exactly like it's supposed to be. Right. Like nobody on the street sees it. It's just you walking in and it's like, and it emerges out of nowhere just like it does in the movie. It is so cool. And the wall is like built in a forced perspective. So when you're looking at it from the outside, it looks like a solid brick wall. And then you walk around the corner and it opens up.
Right.
And then there's number 12 Grimmauld Place where you knock and Creature looks out the window and there's the night bus out. It's just for a Harry Potter nerd, which I am. I love Harry Potter. I've loved Harry Potter most of my life. Mm-hmm. And it's just, I legitimately was going to cry. It made me feel all the feels. So that was so, and I'm remembering it now and I'm smiling because it just felt so good. So I got a wand and the cool thing is, like I said, they're interactive. So you can stop at certain parts of the park and you can like do like a little hand motion and things move and you cast magic spells everywhere. It's just so cool. It's just so cool. So we did that and then we did the Gringotts Ride first.
Right.
That was
the bank one.
The bank one. And the bank is so cool. Like just walking into the ride, you get immersed in...
You walk through the entranceway of the bank, and you see they have animatronic bankers.
They have animatronic goblins working the bank, and there's chandeliers, and everything looks like marble. And it's just like, ugh. It's just so cool. And the ride was cool. And it was like one of those rides where you're like in a building riding through the roller coaster.
Right.
And I always like those kinds of rides. Like I've liked it since I went to Disney and went to Space Mountain.
Okay.
So that was actually, it became one of my favorite rides. So we did that. And then we walked around Diagon Alley for a while, went into the shops. I bought robes, which was a dream come true for me.
You bought a lot of things.
Bought a lot of things. And yeah, the robes and the wand was my dream come true. I just wanted robes and the wand. And that was super cool. And then we took the Hogwarts Express. So you could take, if you have a park hopper pass, like a pass that lets you go from park to park,
right,
you could take the Hogwarts Express from Diagon Alley to Hogsmeade, which is in Islands of Adventure. And we did, and it was super... Islands of Adventure was so much more crowded than Universal Studios.
Yeah, because the layout is trash.
The layout is awful, and it has more rides. I'm gonna say that. It has more, like, roller coaster-y rides there, so everybody goes there, and it's so crowded. It is. It's so crowded. Yeah, the layout is bad at Islands of Adventure because it's a giant circle that takes you to the back, where and Islands of Adventure has Hogwarts. Islands of Adventure has the castle. That's where the castle is. And it's built. Like, whenever I saw pictures, I was always like, I wonder if the castle's like a real built castle. And it is. It's like a physically built castle.
Right, to force perspective scale.
Yeah, but still,
right,
it's so cool because it's a really built castle. I didn't think it was real.
Right next to Jurassic Park.
Right next to Jurassic Park.
So you can get a picture of the Jurassic Park gates opening with Hogwarts
in the background. So cool. So that was really cool. But yeah, like it forces you. Islands of Adventure basically forces you to go all the way to the back of this circle, which is where Hogwarts is. And then you have to go all the way around to get back to the front of the park.
Right.
It's not well built, and it was ridiculously crowded. So because it was ridiculously crowded, we rode Velossa Coaster, which is in Jurassic Park that day.
And you loved it. It was a 40-minute wait. We had to go through metal detectors because we couldn't carry anything with us.
Nope.
And
it was. I liked it, but it was so harsh, like on my neck. I love roller coasters, but like now I can't continuously ride them.
I don't like roller coasters until I get on one, and then I realize how much I like roller coasters. But that one was fucking insane. You went so fucking fast. You flipped around a million times. You were strapped in, but I came off the seat.
I did too. I think it's the fastest roller coaster in Florida, Velossa Coaster.
Sure, but either way, it was a fun ride.
It was very fun.
You hated it. It was fun.
I didn't hate it.
You wouldn't get on it again.
I couldn't get on it again, though, because it did. It hurt. Like, the impact just hurt. But it was fun. It was fun. So we did that, and then we ate lunch, and then we went back to the hotel with all the swag I bought. And then we went back to City Walk at night to eat dinner.
Right. Yeah.
And that's when I realized that no one, when I booked this trip, told me is if you want to eat dinner at City Walk, you better book it like
when you buy the tickets.
When you buy the tickets to go to Universal,
a year in advance.
Yeah, it was insane. Like you have to go on a website to make reservations to any restaurant at City Walk. Like even the bars, like they had that giant bar.
Yeah,
couldn't get a seat till 10:20. Like I was like, are you seriously? So we learned that night that we were not going to be eating anywhere at City Walk.
Right.
Which was fine. But we went back. We were exhausted because it's not like too hot, but it is still hot. And then it was getting hotter. So we went back to the hotel and then we hung out in the pool and ate dinner in their like cafe, which wasn't bad. The hotel was... It was all right. The hotel was nice.
Yeah.
And the food there was okay.
It's just generic, like
cafeteria-ish style
Yeah.
food. And then, and then the next day. The next day we went to Hagrid's Coaster, which is in Islands of Adventure, which is where Hogwarts is.
That was a long fucking line.
So we went there at 7 a.m. We were the first maybe 100 people in line, I would say. We got there. Everybody makes a beeline for this coaster. Everybody. Hagrid's Adventure Coaster. Everybody makes a beeline for it.
Well, the three main ones. That one.
Velossa Coaster.
And the bank one.
And Gringotts.
Because they're the only ones open.
Yeah. So everybody makes a beeline. Hagrid's Coaster has an immediate line. Like, we went there. By the time we got there, it was already a 90-minute wait.
Right.
By the time we were in line for 10 minutes, it was a 120-minute wait. By the time we got to the end of the coaster, it was a 210-minute wait.
Right. And I've never been anywhere where they had like these estimated time waits that they were exactly on point. If it said it was 90 minutes, you were waiting 90 minutes. No more, no less. I don't know how they do it, but they're good.
Universal has it down to a science.
Yeah.
They literally, yep. If your thing says you're waiting 90, you are waiting 90 minutes.
If it's saying you're waiting 680 minutes, you are waiting 680 minutes.
They're no joke. But so we waited. It was early. So like we didn't really care if we were waiting that long. We had breakfast reservations. So like part of the package we got, I reserved breakfast one day at Universal Studios. I reserved breakfast one day at Islands of Adventure in the Harry Potter ones, in the Leaky Cauldron and the Three Broomsticks.
Right.
And we had a reservation for Shutter Buttons, which I'll talk about in a little bit.
Right.
So our reservation wasn't until 10 a.m. anyway for breakfast.
Right.
So we waited in the line, which was fine. The line wasn't that bad because I guess it was early and all the lines.
It was warm though. It got warm.
It got a little
like
warm.
The sun. Oh wait, no, it wasn't warm. Sorry, it wasn't warm. It was kind of chilly, and then you had the fans on that made my neck hurt.
That made your
because they
neck hurt.
kept blowing on my neck. So it wasn't warm. It was cold. It was chilly, and then the fans gave me a neck ache.
Okay. Well, so I didn't think the line was that bad. Mostly also because as you're walking, there's stuff to see. So like Hagrid's hut is in line, like, and you can't go up to it unless you're in line.
Right.
His pumpkin patch, you have to wait in line. You get to walk through part of the old ruins of the castle that is in the movie in line. So that was cool. That coaster was awesome. I got to ride on the motorbike. You like that coaster.
All the rides we got on were fun.
Yeah, that ride was really fun.
That one wasn't as good as the bank one, but it was good. It was fun.
It was fun. I thought it was worth it.
Yeah.
And we got there.
All the rides we went on were worth the wait.
Yeah. We got there and like the line wasn't like horrendous. Oh, we drank butterbeer the whole time. If you go to Universal Studios, Harry Potter World, you must drink the butterbeer in every form but hot when it's hot outside.
Right. And you were like, because when we first got it, you got regular.
I got the red. There's three kinds.
And I got
There's
frozen.
hot, frozen, and like cold.
And ice cream.
And the ice cream. I got cold. You got frozen.
And you were like, it's not as good.
Somebody said, somebody
well, no,
told me.
you said.
No, I said somebody told me that it wasn't as good. So I got the cold. And you got the frozen. The frozen one was fucking amazing.
So good. Fucking
amazing. They're all good. Frozen one is fucking amazing. Drink a frozen butterbeer.
And the ice cream's amazing.
Oh my God, the ice cream. We went to Florian and Fortescue's is the one that's in Diagon Alley, which is the one from the book and the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that ice cream was so good. And I didn't get, me and you, the first ice cream we had from them, we didn't get the butterbeer one.
Yeah, what did I get?
You got a chocolate sundae.
Oh, yeah.
And I got like caramel apple. Oh my God, their ice cream's so good.
But yeah, we got the butterbeer from a stand, and it was prepackaged.
Yeah.
And it was still good.
It was still
but
really good.
They should sell that outside of the park. If it's already prepackaged.
I don't know if anybody does sell the
they don't,
butterbeer ice
but they
cream.
should.
They 100% should. It's so good. So good. I'm going to try making the butterbeer recipes I see online this summer. See if I can make the frozen one at home.
Okay.
But we drank and ate so much butterbeer stuff. It was so good. So we had breakfast. The breakfasts were good. The ones that I prepaid for.
Mm-hmm. They were all right. Like, I mean, the food wasn't amazing, and I don't like Harry Potter, so being there, it didn't wow me. But for someone who likes it, I can see it.
It was good. I liked it. So we ate breakfast, and then we had a reservation at Shutterbuttons. And so Shutterbuttons is like a photo. You get to do an interactive photo shoot where
Right.
you make like a little movie. I got to buy a frame, and you get like a picture with a wand thing. That was really cool and cute, and like we made that, and I loved it.
Yeah, it was very fun.
It was very.
She kept being like, she was talking to us like, yeah, at this point, this is happening, and yeah, you're going to react to this, and
You
you're
had-
going to this.
you
and
had
I'm like,
no
I'm
idea
like,
what she was talking about.
Yeah, we got this. I know the floofer fluffer. That just do that. Yeah, okay, yeah.
I had no idea what she
No
was
idea
talking
what
about.
the fuck was going on.
No idea what she's talking about, but it turned out really cute anyway.
Yeah.
We still have to post that. We never did.
No, because I gotta figure out
gotta
how to
download
save
it.
it because it doesn't let you save it. It's just a
Yeah. So that was really fun. I really, really enjoyed that. And that was the second day. And then the third day, we went back and we went to the Forbidden Castle ride, which is the roller coaster that's actually in the
Yes.
castle. And it's another one of those like inside roller coasters.
right, which was my favorite. That one was my favorite.
That one was your
ride.
favorite? That one was my favorite line to wait in because that line went all the way through the castle and the photos move and like
Yeah.
it's just again, it's the immersion for me. Like the absolute immersive experiences. It was everything. Like if you are a Harry Potter fan, must. Like it's just you feel like you're there, and
Right.
it just feels so good. My little nerd heart was so happy. So we did that the third day. And that was really cool. That roller coaster, I like the ride. I like this. It comes with like a storyline to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's very awesome. You liked it because like the roller coaster actually moves, but it kind of doesn't move.
Yeah, it's the whole screen thing where it forces you to feel movement, but you're also moving. But the whole time I'm just trying to figure out how we were moving, and yeah.
Yeah. And then we had breakfast, and then we took pictures in Seussland, and we watched somebody perform the Lorax.
Yeah, that was stupid. It was little. It was
There was
bad.
little
It was
kids-
little
little
kid
kids
thing.
things.
We did not belong there.
But I loved it.
But we saw Hogwarts at night.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to talk about that,
So Hogwarts at night. That was our first full day there, right? I feel like it was.
probably.
So Hogwarts at night, they do a light show on the castle, and they show all the houses, and then they do fireworks. That was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
And then we also saw 2 shows.
We did. We saw them perform the Tale of the Three Brothers, which is the Tale of the Deathly Hallows.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool. The puppets in that were freaking awesome.
Yes, they were.
They do it with like all the shadow puppets, and it looks like the story from like the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the story in the movie is very well designed, I feel like. So that was really cool. And then we also saw the Durmstrang and Beauxbatons students come into the park, and they did like a dance kind of thing. That was cool too. I enjoyed that. That was like the day that it was hot though. So like,
Yeah, we were done at that point.
yeah, that we were a little sweltery. And yeah, and we just like enjoyed the pool. And what I liked most about it was we didn't rush through the parks. We were there for 3 days, so like we didn't have to rush through anything. We could take our time.
Right.
Like the ride that I wanted to go, that Forbidden Castle ride, we couldn't do it in one day, so we came back the next day in the morning, and that
Right.
worked out well. Like,
And we spent the majority of our time in Harry Potter lands. Like we went to see other things, but we mainly stayed.
yeah, because we didn't really have an interest in
Right.
any of the other like.
Right. No, that
My
was the
main-
whole point of going down
My
there.
main goal was to go to Harry Potter World.
Yeah.
And do all like the magic tricks that you could do with your wand and like look at all that stuff. So yeah, I loved it. It fulfilled one of the things I really wanted to do in my life. I wanted to go to Harry Potter World.
I have a few of my notes. One, to go and to coincide with the vendors not knowing anything. So when we went there, you could buy a $300 gift card, and at the end you get a free wand.
Mm-hmm.
So while we're going through it, they tape the receipt that you have to get your wand. They tape it around your gift card, so you hand it in, they scan it, and they keep the receipt with it. One old bitch took it and started ripping it off and ripping up our receipt. I was like, whoa, no. We need that for the wand. And she was like, what?
And they explicitly said that to us. So we bought that gift card when I bought my robes.
Right.
And they explicitly said you have to have the receipt to get the free wand.
And she's ripping it up.
Yeah.
And she was like, I was like, no, we need that to get the wand. And she had no idea what was going on.
No idea.
And she was like, oh, well, then you're going to need this receipt too? No, you idiot. We just need that one.
We just need the gift card receipt.
And then when we checked out to get the wand, we were explaining to the woman, the cashier, and she was like, yeah, we have some real idiots in here.
She's like,
yeah, I know.
I wish people would listen when they talk. I was like, me too. That girl at that shop where we got the free wand, she was good. She was like, I really wish people would listen when they give us instructions too. And I'm like, yeah, that was disappointing when she did that.
Also, the other thing I noticed was the amount of people who stand in line that aren't actually in line is ridiculous. Like, every line that you think you're in is not a line because they're not in line. So the line is shorter, but you're standing behind idiots and because you think they're in line because they're standing in line, but they're not in line because they didn't realize there was a line there. So now you have to get them out of the way, and then the line cuts in half.
Are you talking about like the Night Castle thing when we were standing there?
That we were standing in line for ice cream, and they weren't standing in line. We were standing in line for the ride to the Harry Potter thing, and they weren't in line. There was like so many people that were in line formation but weren't in a line.
Yeah.
Like, it's so fucking stupid. Like, we went to... Where did we go? Somewhere in City Walk. We were standing in line, but we weren't in line. It's just stupid.
I know. Also, the inconsideration of some people, particularly when it comes to kids, it pisses me off.
What happened?
So, like, during the show, the guy that was, like, standing literally in front of me and a bunch of kids.
You wouldn't let me say anything.
No, I wouldn't. But, like, that kind of inconsideration. The fact that
you go to the front of a show, and then where everyone sits down, and you're a grown-ass adult standing.
You're a grown-ass man standing in front
everybody's view.
In front of little kids. Because there's, like, little kids that were sitting right behind us. And, like... Not right behind us, but like to the side of it. Like, dude, sit down.
Right.
Like,
but you wouldn't let me say anything.
No. Or like the people that just like don't care that there's like a barricade telling you don't go in somewhere.
Oh yeah. They're sitting on the fucking stage.
And there's clearly a barricade. Like, clearly you're not supposed to say. Listen, I have a PSA for everyone. If there is a barricade blocking you from going somewhere, that probably means you're not supposed to be there.
Right.
Like that's my thing. Like, these people were like climbing over, climbing under. Like, no, this is not a ride. Nobody wants you to climb over or under anything. You're not supposed to be there.
So fucking stupid.
That was annoying. But like, again, when you're with a lot of people, there's a lot of people that don't care, and like, it happens. But it didn't ruin my time. I was not ruined by anybody's surly personalities. I was just enjoying myself and enjoyed being with like-minded individuals. Also, the sheer amount of kids in like Hogwarts robes makes my heart happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there was like, so you go up to these stands and you do your bippity boppity boo and make things happen. And you have like little kids, you have 80-year-olds all doing it.
It's great. Like the age catchment, there is no age to Harry Potter.
Right.
There's no age. Everybody was doing it. Like, at first I felt like, oh, I'm going to do these magic spells and I'm going to look like an idiot because I'm this 30. I didn't care about looking like an idiot.
Right.
I'm a 33-year-old woman doing magic spells and I don't give a shit. But like, there would be like old men like behind me waiting to do magic tricks, and I'd be like, this is great.
Right.
I feel at home. My people.
And then you ask someone about the dragon.
We did. So the dragon on Diagon Alley, we asked the sales clerk, oh, how often does the dragon go off? And in the best answers in the best way. Some of these salespeople that work there are genuinely into it, and I love it.
The salespeople who work in
Harry Potter world.
Yes.
are so into it.
The ones that work outside are not that good.
Not that good, but the people in Harry Potter world genuinely are into it. So she goes when she likes. It really depends on her mood. If it's really windy outside, she tends not to do it, safety issues. But she goes off whenever she feels like it. And I'm like,
and it's true.
And it's true.
They really have that thing going off whenever.
And it's great. I love that answer. That answer was the best answer.
Yeah.
It makes me think like when we're old and retirement age, I kind of want to move to Florida and just work in that park. Like, I will work in Harry Potter world.
Ripping up people's receipts?
No, I'm going to be one of the old people in like a witch's outfit, like helping out. I'm be actually helpful and into it.
I'll be in a Woody Woodpecker costume or a Fievel costume. I mean, I won't be paid and I won't work there. I'll just show up walking around in a Fievel costume.
You'll just be a creeper in a Fievel costume?
Yep.
Okay. But yeah, no, it was great. Yeah, the people that worked in Harry Potter world were good. The people that worked outside of Harry Potter world were not great.
Right. And the last note I have is Derpy the Woodpecker. And I didn't remember what that was. But then I did. So it just came back to me. Remember we were walking through, and so they didn't have any Woody Woodpecker merch, just a fucking pin. And they had absolutely no Fievel stuff. But you could win a Woody Woodpecker plush from
like a carnival game.
The carnival games. But he looked so damn stupid that he was I just called him Derpy the Woodpecker, and then I had him do his laugh, which was like and I was doing that the whole trip, and that's why I put that note down.
Yeah,
just whatever stupid laugh you could do, that was
the stuffed carnival toys that you could win were not quality toys.
They were quite bad.
They were so terrible.
But yeah, so they didn't have any woodpecker stuff but the pin. And then we went into a store that had a Christmas shirt it was a cute chipmunk or something.
Yeah, it's like a chipmunk they have in
for their
Hollywood
Christmas
studios.
stuff. And I was like, I like the shirt, but I don't need it. Why would I need a Christmas shirt? And it's a baseball tee, and I hate those sleeves on those shirts. And just how everything about them, I hate them. Until I look closer at the back, and the fucking snowman is wearing a woodpecker hat.
I pointed it out to you. I was like, babe, you need to buy the shirt. He has a Woody Woodpecker
because I said I was going to buy anything that had Woody Woodpecker on it.
And he had a Woody Woodpecker hat.
So now I own that shirt. Mm-hmm. Lovely.
It's awesome. I love it.
But when we got home, I just decided to go on eBay and buy all the Universal Studios merch for Fievel.
Fievel Goes West, yep.
Yeah, so I got a bunch of little kid plates, some pins, everything.
That's from like the 80s, yeah.
Yeah, from 86.
It's cute. Also, any merch that we liked that we didn't buy there, you can buy all their merch online.
Right, but we bought all of the stuff we liked. We made sure to spend lots of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I bought lots of shirts and robes.
And then the second night we went to a restaurant on International Drive, something. I forget what it's called.
It wasn't on International Drive.
Yeah, it was.
International Drive was the opposite.
No, it's that whole stretch.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That whole stretch is...
Yeah, and it was called Maya's Italiana.
Yeah.
It was
really good.
So good.
Really fucking
good. It's a chain. There's like two, and you can franchise it. I really hope
you
one
want to
comes
franchise
up.
it?
No, but I really hope it comes up here.
It won't. But it's good.
It was really good. Like, it was like homemade pasta. The waiter was our waiter was a weird combination of like nice, but also really surly.
He was sarcastic, possibly. You could tell he hated his job, but at moments was kind of friendly, but also not friendly at the same time. I had no read on this guy.
It was so difficult. He brought us free cannolis at the end.
Yeah.
And like, it was weird.
It was just so fucking
just
weird.
Like, he wasn't nice, but he wasn't mean. He was like...
He was like grumpy, but like, I don't know. I have no idea.
Nice, grumpy,
I had no read on him.
It was so weird. But like, I enjoyed that. Like, I like that like mystery of like, is he a nice
I would have
waiter?
preferred him to be nice.
I didn't
whatever.
mind him.
It was whatever. We were there.
I didn't
we
mind.
saw a lobster on top of a car.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Giant lobster car.
Yeah. We actually got dinner and didn't have to make reservations 40 years in advance.
Yeah.
No, it was good.
So, is there anything else?
I think that's it. We left early and had to go home super quickly so that.
Oh yeah, because I had to get because they were going to send my fucking package back to South Korea because they couldn't hold it for one more day. Like they gave. So while we're at the fucking park, the ring goes off, our doorbell, and I'm talking to this person while we're in line, and he was like, "Well, I have to deliver this. I need a signature." I was like, "Say, try a neighbor, whatever." It's like you could just leave it there. He's like, "No, I need a signature." I'm like, "I'm the owner of this house. I'm the owner of that package. Leave it at the door."
We told you.
I can't do it. Okay, so
dirty.
I was like, "Fine, it'll just hold it at
The post office.
the post office." So I get a notice saying that if you don't collect it in 4 days, we're sending it back. You can't hold it a fucking week. You can't hold it to the next day. I'm on fucking vacation.
No, yeah, like it was so weird. And then my other favorite part of you doing this, I was like, let me call the post office.
Yeah.
Called the post office, spoke to this woman.
This woman was in a fucking jungle.
She was
There were
lovely.
birds in the background
She
fucking
was
going
a
off.
lovely, nice woman. And
She sounded incompetent.
Oh my God, you're ridiculous.
She sounded incompetent.
She didn't
know what was going on.
She was fine.
She was incompetent.
I talked to her. I said exactly what I wanted. She was like, let me write a note to the post office. You might want to call them just to check. But I left the message for you. I was like, thank you. And what happened?
She's incompetent. Whatever. She's still incompetent.
She left the
Look,
message.
I don't trust anyone who works for this fucking USPS.
She did exactly
They're all
what we
incompetent
asked her
and
to
they
do.
can't do anything. So instead of taking a few days to get back, I had to drive 18 hours straight.
Because you're paranoid
18
and
hours
didn't trust
straight.
this lovely woman who did
We got in at
exactly
what time did we
asked.
get in?
2 a.m.
It's fucking bullshit.
That was your own neurotic self.
We almost got murdered and raped in North Carolina. I think we
Carolina.
already talked about that.
Ugh, the seediest bathroom ever.
Some random guy waiting outside of the bathroom for you, ready to go in and just do fucking.
That was so.
Don't stop in North Carolina.
We stopped. No, the worst part about that is we stopped at a different gas station to go to the bathroom,
Yeah.
and we immediately left because there was bulletproof glass.
Never stop at a place that has nothing but bulletproof glass.
Bulletproof glass all around.
You'll see
the cashier.
You see it in Philly. Don't come here either.
All around the cashier. So we immediately left there to go to this other seedy ass bathroom.
Yeah, because you couldn't hold it any longer.
I had to pee so bad.
At that point, we should have the place we went to was worse than the place we went to first.
I know. That's what I thought too, but I had to pee so bad.
Yeah, and I had to prevent you from being raped.
Yeah, that was so terrible. That was so terrible. But yeah, no. The trip back was okay. It would have been nicer if we could have, taken our time.
Enjoyed it.
If somebody actually trusted the phone call that I made.
No one should ever trust United States Postal Service.
Yeah, but anyway, it was good. It was a great time. Highly recommend. If you've never been to Universal Studios, definitely go. Definitely get a park hopper pass and stay at a park for Universal if you can.
Oh, yeah. So when you're on the Harry Potter train, you want to talk about that? You didn't.
Oh, yeah. When you're on the Harry Potter train from Hogsmeade to Diagon Alley, so from Universal Studios to Islands of Adventure, you get to actually ride the train, and there's different scenes going from one way to the other.
Yeah, so it's actually like a ride. There's a video screen for the window, and then you see people walking in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go one way, it's one scenario, and when you go the other way, it's a completely different scenario, which is cool.
Very cool. Very cool.
And
we rode it with families, and it was cute.
Yeah. Just trying to think if there's anything else we missed.
Definitely take the Hogwarts Express. No, I think we got everything.
Okay.
Talked about the ropes, the wands, the bippity boppity boops. We talked about Velossa Coaster and Jurassic Park. And
You don't have to recap it. They just listen to it.
okay, so what you're saying? Did we talk about?
I'm thinking about it in my head. I'm not thinking about it out loud.
Well, I'm trying to fill.
Well,
the
let's
quiet.
say we woke up.
Oh my
at
God!
5.
Okay, come
we
on.
left at
All
5:30.
All right, stop. You're mean to me.
I'm not mean to you. All right. So yeah, that was it. Nice short. It's not short because it's still about an hour somehow. I thought this was going to be 20, 30 minutes. So yeah, thank you for listening.
Thanks. We love you. We will talk to you next week.
Whenever that is. Maybe next week.
Maybe next week.
All right. Thank you.
Bye. Be safe.
Bye.
Sometimes when the world is so sunny and people are a bore, I go to my shaded corner, my shaded corner. A place with all my favorite toys and games and movies and more. I go to my shaded corner, my shaded corner.
We're dying. We got the illness. Maybe you got COVID.
I don't have COVID. My throat just hurts.
That's part of COVID. You got COVID. I'm gonna do the whole
Good job.
episode like this. I can only do it in short episodes.
Stop. You're like literally crying.
Because I'm soaking in that talking.
Stop.
Oh.
Literally crying right now. That's what you're doing.
Oh, God.
Making yourself cry.